Oh, we're live.
Oh, all
We're
right, all
live.
right. Yeah, that's quick.
What is going on, guys? What is the two geek reviews cooking, baby? What are we cooking up? Man, I've been wanting to do this podcast for a while actually, and then it kind of crossed my mind recently. So I'm Dan the Man, Daniel's son. I'm here, of course, with my partner. We got our, this is the new era. This is the new era of
The new era.
so we got this channel going. So we're getting back on our Just Saying podcast. Is that right, Super Nerd?
Just saying. We're just saying. That's right. What up, guys? Supernerd81 here. Can't wait to start this episode. This is a podcast. This is going to be a really good one. I can't wait. I can't wait for this one.
Oh yeah. Whoo. Let's talk about it. All right. You already know what the title says. Basically, I was a huge WWF fan back in the day. Back in the day when I was in elementary school, I was a huge WWF fan, and at the right time too, because that's when Attitude Era started happening, right? That's what
I remember the Attitude Era.
Of course, you had the greats. You had Hulk Hogan. You had what's that big old Andre the Giant. You had Randy. What's his name?
Randy Savage. Macho Man Randy Savage. Yeah.
Macho Man. Yeah. Macho Man. Too bad he died.
But
yeah, you had all the Nature Boy. You had all those greats. But when my time when we started getting into wrestling, it was like the time where The Rock was in it. You had Stone Cold really becoming a badass. He was like really coming into his own. Mankind was starting to become popular. Undertaker has been there for years, but you had Degeneration X.
I remember DX. Yep.
Boom, suck it, baby. I was into it. I was so into it. I bought so much. I bought toys. I bought the ring. At one point, I wanted even to get a replica championship belt. How about you, man?
I always wanted a belt, dude. I always wanted a championship belt because it's just awesome, dude. And the ones that they have nowadays, like I said, I watch a little bit here and there.
Shit.
Yeah, it's cool. I remember the spinner belt. Do you remember the spinner belt? I remember that one.
The spinner belt, for me though, the one I really wanted was when Stone Cold won, and he had the Smoking Skull belt. I love the Smoking Skull belt. And at one point, The Rock won, and he had the Brahma Bull belt. Those were tight. Those were bad. I wanted the exact replica of those belts.
Mm-hmm. I wanted the John Cena spinner one because I was a John Cena fan when the newer one came out. But I know DX won it, but they really didn't do anything to it.
Nah, they just put DX on there.
Yeah. And I remember all those things. I remember playing the games. I remember, I never collected the action figures. I never got those ones. But I remember playing the games, getting the t-shirts, singing the theme songs, everything.
Dude, I used to get those toys, right? I used to have my ring, and I used to have my boombox right there. I would actually, I bought the CDs. I bought the CDs they put out, the songs. Yeah. I even got the remix ones where they had Snoop Dogg doing Stone Cold's intro. I had all that. I even had the cookbook. I had the cookbook, man, of WWF.
That's hardcore, dude. That is hardcore.
I was so into WWF. I still have all the VHS tapes. I had SummerSlam '96.
Yep.
WrestleMania with Stone Cold versus Shawn Michaels. As you could tell, my favorite wrestler of all time was Stone Cold the Rattlesnake Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Favorite, man.
Oh, man. So many. I don't. Oh man. I at first it was the because I go back a little bit more than you do. It was the Ultimate Warrior.
He was one of my favorites. He was bad.
He was one of my favorites. And then it went to I did like Stone Cold, but I was more into Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Those were my two favorite because they formed DX.
Yeah.
And so with them and John Cena right now is my favorite because what he does. I know people make fun of him for all his,
hate him now.
I know. I know people hate him, but you got to respect the man for what he does with the kids.
Oh yeah, he's a great charitable guy, man.
And that's what I love about him. He takes his time. He does, yeah. Even though he's corny, he is, you know, like he's very, very corny. He has all that color and all that stuff. It takes the time for the kids, and he really, really connects with the kids. He's like Make-A-Wish Foundation's number one person who the kids want to see is him.
Yeah.
And so I mean that's why I like him. I respect him for that. But honestly, my deepest, darkest favorite is Randy Orton. I love Randy Orton.
Randy.
I used to hate him. Oh my gosh. I remember when I went to a filming, a pay-per-view one, it was The Bash. Back in, oh man, I think early 2000s, something like that. And it was with Randy Orton and his little clique that he had. You remember his little clique that he had with what's that pretty guy's name? He was he's Stardust, he's Goldust's brother.
Goldust had a brother? Oh my!
Yeah, he has a brother.
Speaking of Goldust, dude. Oh wow,
he's the wrestling.
That was hilarious, dude. He used to go.
Still do. Yeah,
shit was crazy. Shit was crazy. And then the big Balbino or something like that one dude who's supposed to be like the ladies' man and all that stuff.
Oh,
oh my god. Rikishi.
I remember Rikishi. Oh. I don't even remember Doink, dude. I hated Doink.
Dude, I mean, there's and you can't forget Bret the Hitman Hart too.
No, you cannot.
Dude, Bret the Hitman Hart. I remember also him versus Stone Cold. It was a last man standing match. That was a badass match too. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy like how it went from, you know, wrestling's been here forever. I mean, especially the new era going on right now. I call it the PG era.
Yeah, it is the PG era.
Yeah, back in the day though, like I was one of those kids where it's like if you told me wrestling was fake, I would argue to the end and probably punch you in the face like wrestling's not fake.
Just like on that one movie.
Yeah, Ready to Rumble. Love that movie. And what's crazy is as we're talking about the WWF Attitude Era, that era WCW was right there next to it too. So you had Goldberg, you had Sting, you had Kevin Nash. I mean, you had all those guys. You had so WWF had rivals. They had NWA. I mean, WCW was the rival to WWF until WWF pretty much bought everybody and told them to get your ass over here.
Yeah, dude. Ed McMahon, dude. He's I said Ed McMahon.
Ed McMuffin.
Man, dude, he's a businessman, dude. He's been in it since the beginning, and he built that. It was a small empire to what it is now, global phenomenon, dude.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that freaking Stephanie McMahon's in it. Shane McMahon was in it. I don't know if he's in it right now.
He is. Oh, sorry.
He's still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
Triple H is now his son-in-law. Like it's crazy how everything and I remember those storylines too. I remember when Stephanie McMahon freaking got kidnapped by the Undertaker. I forgot who was trying to save her at the point. I think she was having a romance with somebody. I
think it was Triple H, wasn't
it? In the show, they incorporated too in the show. Like he fake married her. He faked.
Oh yeah.
Or no, he really married her. He took her to he got her drunk and married her. Like some of the storylines in WWF are absolutely insane, man.
Yes, they are.
It's so hilarious. So going to WWF, the Attitude Era, what is the one thing you kind of remember in those Attitude Eras, James? Like, I mean, you had Monday Night Raw. You didn't have SmackDown at the time. SmackDown came a little bit later, like in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
But you had Monday Night Raw. You had WrestleMania. Like, what was like your favorite WrestleMania?
Oh man, my favorite would have to been probably. Man, dude, there's so many. I think my first WrestleMania was honestly that I saw was with in the older like with the newer, actually, not the older, the newer ones with John Cena and everyone in there. That would be my first WrestleMania, and I think it would have to have been when Shawn Michaels went against the Undertaker to try to break his streak.
Oh yeah, and that one was like a memorable one too. Like a lot of people were talking about that, saying that it was a really good match.
Yeah, it was a really good match. Shawn Michaels, of course, like gave it his all, just like the Undertaker did. And wrestling is fake to an extent, but these guys really do get hurt. Yeah. They really put their bodies on the line for entertainment purposes.
When they get hurt, they get hurt by accident. So most of the time when they get hurt, it's something goes wrong.
Yeah. It's like Corey Gardner. Well, let's remember what happened to Owen Hart when he fell through the ring.
Yeah,
that was
very tragic. It was a stunt that just went wrong. Even Mick Foley, when Mick Foley got thrown off the Hell in a Cell by Undertaker, that was like not supposed to happen.
Yeah,
and Mick Foley is probably one of the most injured wrestlers out there.
That's why he's not doing it no more, thank God.
Oh yeah, even Stone Cold. Stone Cold got injured, I believe, by Owen Hart too. When Owen Hart did a pile driver, it went wrong. He actually hit his head on the mat, and that's what cost kind of Stone Cold's career towards the end of the line too. Cut it a little bit short. So injury prone. Yeah. But I heard about that WrestleMania. I heard about the Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, and they always give out good matches. They always give out good matches. I remember the casket match they had. That was really awesome. How was that WrestleMania as a whole, though?
As a whole, I would say it's really good because I could say, honestly, the only match that I really remember is the Shawn Michaels Undertaker one. But there were some other good matches going on. They always do just big. The Royal Rumble is one of my favorites. Also, I know that's included in WrestleMania. And I always like when everyone tries to take out the big guys first, and then the rest just fall. I know that goes on. I forgot who. All of them were in it. Just that match alone. I remember Shawn Michaels' face and everything when he lost. He was just devastated, because he really wanted to win this. They hype it up all year, and then when it finally happened, and he wanted to break that streak so bad, but he didn't get to do it. And then maybe I think a couple of years more down the road, he fought him again, or maybe it was the next year. I forgot.
No, I think it was the next year. He lost twice.
Yeah,
or was it Triple H? Triple H lost.
Triple H did go against him. He did lose too. But with Shawn Michaels, it was more at stake because Shawn Michaels was still in the game pretty much. But he was on his way out. This was like his on the way out type of thing. So when he lost the first one, I believe, I don't know if I'm right. Maybe someone put in the comment section. If he lost the first one, he was gonna retire straight out, or if it was in the second match, I forgot which one. Maybe someone could put it in the comment section below if they're watching which match it was that he was supposed to retire on.
Yeah. And then Brock Lesnar ended up breaking the streak, which was stupid.
Was it Brock Lesnar?
I think it was Brock Lesnar.
Oh, I thought it was someone else. And I know the streak broke again after Brock Lesnar.
Oh God. Yeah, it was stupid. They should actually had Undertaker go out like a G.
Yeah. Well, he's changed so much too over the years too.
Let's talk about the Undertaker. That dude has been here forever.
Yeah, he's still here. He only wrestles at WrestleManias now. He doesn't do the main things because when his body can't take it no more.
I thought he retired, dude.
Nah, he's been in this for so long, dude. Even nowadays he's there. I remember at one point he was called Diesel.
Yeah. And then he went into his chopper phase, and then he went through so many different phases. I mean, of course, he was the dead man, then he was like the chopper phase, and then he went back to the dead man, and then and what was really intriguing too was him and his relationship with Kane, his brother.
Oh yeah, I remember Kane. Yeah,
good move or bad move to take off Kane's mask?
Oh, bad move. Yeah. Kane was more menacing with the mask on than anything. So yeah, bad move.
I'm sorry, that guy is pretty damn ugly.
Yeah, he is. That's why he made that one horror movie.
One of the WrestleManias I always loved. Of course, I'm such a huge Stone Cold fan. It was Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels. That was a fantastic WrestleMania when he finally won the championship belt, and that's what led to like him and McMahon's feud, which was awesome.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the WrestleManias that I've always remembered was always Stone Cold and The Rock. Like these were the two hottest wrestlers at the time. Their popularity were skyrocketed. Their merchandise always went. I mean, the Brahma Bull versus the Rattlesnake. They had always great back and forth with the mic. The wrestling matches were always entertaining. You do always feel like maybe it could have been one step better, but they always kind of lived up to the hype. And you just always wanted like that one more match, the two. But I mean, and especially the storylines, the storylines that were the first WrestleMania I really loved because Stone Cold was the hero and The Rock was like an anti-hero. But then like towards the end of towards the last couple of matches they had at WrestleMania, it was Stone Cold having Vince McMahon's help to win the fight, or Stone Cold who was like the bad guy, which never really it didn't work for Stone Cold's character. But the one WrestleMania I always really loved was always The Rock and Stone Cold, but also there was Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels, because Shawn Michaels puts on a show, man. He's been here for a long time too. Shawn Michaels puts on a show, and then of course
he's called the showstopper.
Oh yeah, he's a showstopper, but he's a little bit of a kiss ass too. Especially the screw job that happened with him versus Bret Hart, and Bret Hart was supposed to win the match, and then fucked him over.
I remember that screw over.
Yeah. What else like do you remember back in the day, James?
This is me being a little perv boy, but I remember the bra and panty match all the time.
Oh yeah,
I always look forward to those.
Oh yeah.
And so I remember those ones. I remember the Divas. That's when of course I was an adolescent kid, and then the girls came out. I remember all the Divas, and before they were called Divas. Yeah.
Who was your favorite diva?
Back then?
Yeah.
I would have to say what was her name? I think it started Mickey Owens or something like that, or Mickey Jane or something. I forgot her name, but she was my favorite diva at the time. Now it's the Bella Twins.
The Bella Twins, you love them Bella
Twins. The Bella Twins. Dude, well, John Cena's married one, and what's his name?
He married the plastic surgery one.
Yeah, and then the other one.
Oh yeah, that's right. Daniel Bryan is married to the other one, and a lot of people did like Daniel, but I think he succumbed to injury and he had to cut his career short too.
Yep. Now he's the general manager.
Of course.
Yeah.
Mine was Trish Stratus.
Yeah, I remember Trish. Yeah,
Trish Stratus was awesome, man. And
I had a poster of her.
Oh yeah, she was a beautiful woman. Crazy like segments with her though. There was one segment with her because she was with the Hardy Boys.
Yes,
I believe at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Was she with? No, she wasn't with the Hardy Boys. She was with somebody else. The Hardy Boys had what's her name? Not Latina. Shoot, it was the redhead. It was the redhead that had some really drama actually going on behind the scenes.
Oh yeah. Lita.
There we go.
Yeah.
Lita.
Yeah.
Latina.
Yeah.
So it was Lita, but Trish Stratus. I remember that she had like something going on where like she was like teasing the Dudley Boys, and she was like in lingerie and stuff. Like the Attitude Era and WWF back in the day were so perverted, right?
Yeah, they were.
I mean, at one point in SmackDown, I remember there was a gravy match. Like,
yeah,
crazy because it fell in like Thanksgiving, so they had a gravy match going on. But yeah, Trish Stratus was definitely my favorite diva. So was Lita. Lita was my favorite diva. I mean, you had Sable. Sable was actually married to Brock Lesnar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Sable back in the day. I mean, you had a pretty cool amount of divas back in the day. Now it's more a little it's not as sexist as it used, because it was sexist back in the day. Like, it
was. Yeah,
straight out. Like, Vince McMahon would have storylines where he'd get like there were storylines with him and Trish Stratus where like she was pretty much sleeping with him, and then like Linda McMahon would be like, it was crazy, man. It was crazy stuff.
It was. I mean, that's why they call it the Attitude Era. Like it was just like breaking everything, breaking all the the ratings and everything like that, and making it as gritty as you can. Because I remember some of those. It's like the underwear match I said, and then they always had the girls doing something sexy, always. And I remember back in WCW, I never watched it, but I remember the Nitro girls. They were the thing.
Yeah,
they were always dancing.
They were like pretty much the cheerleaders of the WCW. And what Nitro had was they had like they had a cool championship belt too. That thing was huge. That thing was big.
Yeah, it was white gold, right?
Yeah, that thing was like massive. It was way bigger than it was like more like had more things going on than the WWF belt too.
Yeah, I remember when the pay-per-view match that I went to, the Bash, that was the last time that you were going to see the WCW belt because they were retiring it and adding it to the WWE roster.
Yeah, it was it's a massive belt. It's an awesome belt. It was cool that they brought it to WWE. But you know who had two of those belts? I think it was the first guy to own two of them was Chris Jericho.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, Chris Jericho. He was the first one. Yeah.
One of my most favorite segments of the Attitude Era was the introduction of Chris Jericho. Like it was called because 2000 was upon us, right? It was like 1999, 2000 was upon us, and then you saw the countdown Y2J, and like I remember I was like, what the fuck is Y2J? What the hell is Y2J? And like this countdown would appear like here and there in like Monday Night Raw. And I'm like, what is Y2J? And perfect when he introduces himself. He introduces himself, but he interrupts The Rock. And The Rock just totally destroys him. Like Chris Jericho comes out and then he's like, oh yes, it's it is me, I'm Y2J, it's the Chris. And The Rock just like, whoa, know your role and shut your mouth. Who is this jabroni right here? like The Rock just like obliterate. I wish I had a clip because it was so funny. And let's talk about The Rock real quick too. I mean, Chris Jericho, hands down, he's been in the game for a long time too. He's won a lot of belts, and I like Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho was actually I like the break the walls down, like his little move and stuff.
Oh yeah, the walls of Jericho.
The walls of Jericho. Yeah. I even like this. Yeah, his intro to break the walls down. Yeah. That's a pretty nice intro.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, one of the main guys that was in WWF, one of the guys that I mean, you had Hulk Hogan that paved the way too. You had Superfly Snuka. You had all these guys that paved the way, but even the Nature Boy. But the guy who took it too, and even made him like super famous too, was The Rock. The Rock. He was absolutely. This is why he's succeeding so much in life, is because in WWF you could just see it with this guy. This guy had charisma, had mic skills, he was athletic. Like this guy was going to do something with his life. I remember when The Rock was skinny, man. The Rock had some muscle, but he wasn't as big as he is today. But I love the Rock was with the Nation in the beginning. Then I think he was called Rocky Maivia when he first started, and then The Rock just really progressed over the years. He became the number, like he came right there with Stone Cold, the number one. The tag team matches with him and Mick Foley were awesome. I love that dynamic, the odd couple of the two. And then he has some great gear. He had like Just Bring It or Bring It. He had some great one-liners. Know your role, shut your mouth. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? I loved like when he got interviewed by the chicks, and then he would go like, "Do you like strudel?" Like shit was funny. And then of course he had his Brahma Bull tat, and then he fucked it all up by covering it all up. It was stupid.
Is that covered up?
I thought he did like a sleeve, dude.
Yeah, he did a sleeve on this side, but the bull's on this side. The bull's right there.
He got a new tattoo.
Oh.
He fucked that all up.
Shit. Well, he doesn't want to be considered The Rock anymore. That's what I heard. He doesn't like to be called The Rock anymore. It's Dwayne Johnson now.
Very dumb. It seems like he is kind of detaching himself with WWE. I don't even think he's in WWE too much anymore.
No, he's not at all. I mean, he's making too many movies to be associated with that, I guess.
Yeah, he'll probably make an appearance here and there, but especially at WrestleMania or something like that. But
I've never actually seen The Rock wrestle. You know, because when he went in, I was kind of out of.
Yeah, James, have you not watched the Attitude Era?
I did watch the Attitude Era, but I did not watch
the Attitude Era.
Not with him in it. Not with him in it. I didn't get to see him fight in any of his fights, but I do know. I do remember his great one-liners. He always mentioned himself as a third person.
Yeah.
Always the kid, always the mention himself like that. I like that, but yeah, I've actually never got to see him fight in any of his matches. Because when he came in, I went out. I went out of it.
Oh, you kind of lost interest in WWF, man.
Yeah.
How dare.
And then maybe like a couple of years down the road when it became like this new thing, that's when I got back into it.
Well,
one of my buddies.
So you didn't see him versus Hulk Hogan at all?
No, I didn't see any of those fights, unfortunately. I mean, I wanted to. I mean, I can go back on YouTube and watch it right now if I wanted
to. So tell me about that wrestling experience, because I've been to one of the WWFs as well. You've been to the Bash. Where was the Bash at?
The Bash was up north in Fresno area at the Arco Stadium up there. And man, I tell you, when you go to these things, they're small. They're tiny.
At Fresno?
Yeah, it was tiny. It wasn't because like when you watch it on TV, everything's of course bigger and everything like that. But when you're actually there, it's pretty tiny and fucking loud. They don't do the fireworks no more.
Oh, that's the best thing.
Yeah, I know they don't, because it's so freaking loud in there.
How was the atmosphere though?
The atmosphere was awesome. I mean, you have all these people around you, all these fans, like cheering for their favorite wrestler, and then you have these debates, who's better. Then you have these like, oh, I hate this certain group, and it's just, honestly, it's just a really good atmosphere to be around. Just like people who like love this culture and still do to this day. And it's just like, it's awesome. It's an awesome atmosphere to be around. It's just like, me and my buddy who went, we made signs. Like I said, I was a big John Cena fan. He was going for when the tag team matches came up, he was going for Kofi Kingston, and I forgot who else was his partner. And we were holding up our signs and everything, and it was just awesome. It was just an awesome match. And I remember because it was a pay-per-view match, when Randy Orton had his other two people with him. I forgot what they were called. They were fighting against John Cena. They were fighting against everyone. And I forgot. And it was against Triple H. They did a match against Triple H, and that's what I was going for. And it was one of those stretcher matches. Remember those stretcher matches?
I've never seen a stretcher match.
Oh, you never seen a stretcher match? They get a stretcher out. They put him on the stretcher, knock him out. Wrestle, knock him out, and they got to get up to this certain line. And then if they do, they win the match on the stretcher. They've got to have them on the stretcher. And Triple H was going to win. He was fighting against Randy Orton. Triple H was getting up there, and he's right there. And then these two lackeys come out and they push him over, and Triple H lost that match. I was like, no. But yeah, just the atmosphere, and everyone else was no, because everyone hated the Randy Orton little squad and everything, because Randy Orton was champion, and if he lost this one, he would not be champion no more. And it was awesome. It was just, I would love, honestly, to go to another match. I would love to go.
The one I went to was in Vegas.
Oh, nice.
So I went to one in Vegas. It was, I believe it was No Way Out. It was No Way Out, and it was like right at the pinnacle point where things were changing. Like a lot of the wrestlers that we know are like Stone Cold, The Rock, and a lot of different other wrestlers were pretty much leaving. They were leaving, or things. That was like the end of that era. That was the end of Attitude Era, basically. Man, dude, it was amazing. I remember I did The Rock, I did Stone Cold, these posters, badass posters, and I remember going in there, and the crowd was amazing. They had a lot of merch. the fireworks. That's what I remember the most, when the fireworks hit and it was all, you know, they were live. And then basically the matches that I was looking forward to was, of course, Stone Cold versus Triple H, and it was a triple threat match. So the first match was going to be like a regular match. The second match was, I believe, a Hell in a Cell. And then the third match was a First Blood or something like that.
Oh.
Stone Cold ended up losing that match, but he stunned Triple H at the end and then like gave everybody a finger. It was pretty hilarious and it was awesome. And then you have The Rock versus like Big Show versus like Kurt Angle. Like it was like a 4-way match for the championship belt. I think The Rock won that one. I can't remember. And that was the time where Undertaker was on his chopper. So Undertaker came out with his chopper. Like it was a spectacle. It was awesome. I loved every single minute of it. I wasn't able to get on TV, but my family did. After I put all that hard work on those damn signs, they got everybody else except me.
They singled you out, man. They were like, nope, stop right there. Stop right there.
Piss. Also, there was a ladder match. If I remember, there was a ladder match, and the ladder match was awesome too. There were a lot of the matches. It was absolutely a spectacle. It was awesome. I loved every minute of it. I had so much fun. I would love to go to another one, but the problem is I hate WWE. Don't like WWE. I hate what they're doing with it. I don't think there's. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about this new era. I hate everything they've done with it. I don't like Randy Orton. I don't like John Cena. I don't like any wrestler that they have out there. You know what? I don't really care for Daniel Bryan when he was on there. There's no flash anymore. There's no costumes that they have anymore. There's no character in these characters, if you know what I mean. Not like back in the day. To me, I heard it's getting better. I heard it's getting a little bit. Oh, I remember paying for a WrestleMania where The Rock was hosting it, and these are all these new guys, right? The only reason I paid for it was because first it was the Undertaker versus Triple H match. It was also, you know, I wanted to see The Rock interact with Stone Cold again because it's been years. It was a waste of my money. Even the Triple H and Undertaker fight was so sloppy that at the end, Undertaker won that match by doing a stupid ass MMA move that looked horrible. And then watching it now, so fake, like way faker than back then. I hate this new era. This is why I'm not watching wrestling anymore. I used to love wrestling, but everything that was rebellious, everything that was imaginative, everything that like was cool about the 90s and then the early 2000s went away from me. Like everything, just the belts look ridiculous. The people,
I like the belt personally.
I hate the belts. I hate the spinner belt. I hate the fucking any new concoction they have. I hate it's not as, you could tell it's slipping too. It's just not as big as it used to be as well. I mean, there used to be advertisement like all kinds back in the day, but now not as much.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I'm gonna disagree with you. I do like the new era. It's a lot more better. I mean, not a lot more better. I'm not gonna say that because it's not. Yes, it is toned down quite a bit. But you know, like with today's society, kids are soft. You know, like people are soft. They don't have that attitude era no more because people are wusses now. You know, like people just, you know, like they don't, you know, they just don't like that violence and everything like that. I mean, yeah, it's still violent and everything, but still, it's just they don't like that, you know, that edge that the attitude era had. And yeah, it is a lot more, you know, like toned down, but yeah, I mean, you still got some great characters. Like you said, I know you don't like John Cena, you don't like Randy Orton. You just named two of my favorite wrestlers right there.
Brock Lesnar sucks.
Oh yeah, dude, I agree with you. Brock Lesnar does suck 100%. He goes from UFC to WWE, UFC to WWE all the time. He hops between those two, and it's stupid. You know that. I mean, like, I'm not gonna say that to his face, mind you, because he can kill me with one punch. But
get out of that guy. Yeah, I'll Power Ranger slap that guy so hard.
But no, I mean, honestly, I mean, to me, like, it's a good era to get into. I remember one character that's not in it no more, which is MVP. Do you remember MVP?
You know, I think I do remember MVP.
He was my favorite when I started to get back into it. He's one of my favorites because I loved his theme music and everything. And I mean, I like it nowadays. I do watch it sometimes, not all the time anymore. Only when I'm bored, I guess. But I do like the belt. The belt is simpler now. It's not that spinner one no more. It's simple. It has a nice red color to it and everything. And it's actually a lot nicer than it was back when the spinner, because they don't have the spinner one no more. But yeah, I mean, it's entertaining. That's all it is.
You're wrong, Jake.
I still get caught up. But no, I remember watching it recently. And I remember, what the hell is going on? Because you know how they have a storyline you got to follow. You got to follow that storyline or else you get lost.
Yeah.
I was lost, dude. I was like, oh, this person's there. Oh, this person hates this person. What happened to that person? What? That person's not here no more. And so it's just you know, you got to stay up with it or else you just get lost.
Yeah, the storylines are always all over the place. You're absolutely right. They'll have a storyline. You have to stick with it for a while, or you will definitely get lost.
Yes.
The one thing I do like about WWF and WWE, what they do is the intros, the overall, like their business. They know how to make money. They know what they're doing with their business.
Yeah.
You know, Total Divas makes mones. It's a reality show. No, everybody wants to see those divas. I mean,
yeah,
see some.
I can, of course.
The Bella Twins. You know, the Bella Twins were at Comic-Con.
Yes, they go. They do go a lot. They do actually go to Comic-Con a lot. They go every year, I hear.
Do they? I thought that was like the first time this year.
No. They. I've been hearing they've been like there the year before and the year after, so they go quite a bit now. You know, ever since WWE is getting so popular. But no, I mean, like yeah, I hear they've been going. I remember when Daniel Bryant now he's the general manager. I remember when he was first introduced. I liked him. I liked him when he was fresh off NXT. Remember, now they have NXT, which is like they're like they do a training thing there when they, you know, it's like an elimination thing, you know, like reality shows nowadays. And they once they get in to be a WWE superstar. And I loved him. He was really good. He was really good aerobatics and everything like that. And I remember when he became like pissed off at everyone, and he was saying no all the time, and that became his thing. And but I like that because when he first went with a no, he hated it at first. I remember seeing an interview. He hated it at first. He didn't want it to done no more, but he embraced it. And then his character went with it, and then he grew that long ass lumberjack beard and everything. And like I said, I'm a fan, I guess you could say.
He said no.
Yeah, he said like no, like because you know, like they would boo him. Like, you know how everyone boo, and he goes no, you like point at people and everything like that. But then, and then he just embraced it. He embraced that no. That's hilarious. And then later on it became yes, and then now it's where it's at now.
Now he's just the manager.
Yeah, exactly. Now he just calls the shots.
Yeah, like I used to be a big fan of wrestling. Now it's just not so much. The customer actually told me to get back into it a little bit. You know, it's getting a little bit better. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
but I'll probably like, you know, I'll peek and see what's going on. But I love reminiscing about, like, you know, back in the day wrestling and just I used to be a huge fan. I mean, I still have a lot of gold. I have a lot of memorabilia still from wrestling. I definitely have a lot of cool ass memories, like, you know, Stone Cold coming in with the fucking beer truck and just like spraying the McMahons and Kurt Angle, and then at one point Kurt Angle comes out with the milk truck and sprays everybody.
I remember that. I remember that one.
Crazy, man. Like, there's one point where you thought somebody was in the car and they would run over the car and you thought they were dead, and then they'd pop up 2 weeks later on Monday Night Raw.
Oh yeah, like stairs. And all of a sudden they jump up and they go and beat the guy up and everything.
Dude, I remember Stone Cold segments where he used to terrorize McMahon. He would at one point he grabbed McMahon and he had a gun to his head and it was just like a bang gun, and McMahon pissed himself and everything. Like, it was intense. It was some crazy stuff that happened in there.
I remember that. I remember those. Like I said, I remember those Attitude Era ones. Those were good. And
I love Cactus Jack too. Cactus Jack was awesome.
Yeah. I was never a fan of Mick Foley. I was never a fan of him. I don't know why. I just couldn't like him. But he put his body through some abuse.
Dude,
Man, that guy like almost died so many times.
He's very hunched back too because of like all this stuff that's happened to him. Yeah.
But his wife is beautiful, dude. His wife is beautiful.
Hey, Mick Foley got some moves, man, with all those missing teeth. No,
I know exactly. Yeah, like I remember like buying the DVDs about the wrestlers and what their history, and then of course the belts history, and the just the matches that you didn't get to see, or the that came out that you didn't get to, because like $60 nowadays just to rent WrestleMania. I mean, just to be on pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. It's very expensive, but nowadays, wrestling, it has competition. The UFC is of course number one. You still have boxing going on. I mean, the Canelo and Triple G fight made some pretty good money over the weekend.
I hear it was dumb though.
I heard it was good. But I heard the decision was stupid.
Yeah,
it was a draw.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, but I heard the fight actually lived up to the hype, and I heard that Triple G won.
Oh. Triple G's. I'm sorry.
I haven't watched it yet, so I gotta check it out. But yeah, I felt like we felt like doing a little podcast, reminiscing about wrestling and overall, back in the day and the new era kind of stuff.
We got one more thing to talk about, dude. One more thing. Let's talk about the theme. What they always had. Every wrestler had a signature theme music.
That's true. So what was your favorite theme music?
I would have to say DX. DX was my favorite, and also Triple H's.
And they actually had the band there too play at one point. Yeah, that was pretty sick.
I remember one WrestleMania where Triple H had what's his name? The Smoke Ace. They did that song, the Ace of Spades. I forgot, but he.
Yeah, I was about to say too. Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
I remember that one. I was
about to say too. My favorite is probably Triple H's.
Yeah, Triple H is definitely my favorite. I love this theme music because it's just like like it was just like all rock and everything like that. And then I actually loved all of them. I loved my favorite one with this dude was what's his name? He looked like I forgot, but it was 3-6 Mafia who did his intro.
Even I like Hulk Hogan's. American. Fight the right for every man. I thought that was a good one too. The Rock's was cool. Stone Cold's was awesome because of the shattered glass in the beginning.
You always knew.
Yeah, and at one point he used to have like the skull 316 and it was actually glass and then it would shatter. That was pretty tight. Kurt Angle's was hilarious. Chris Jericho's is another one I really love too.
Rey Mysterio was a good one.
Which Rey Mysterio?
Yeah, I like his intro.
Yeah, there was so many great intros back in the day. Like I said, I used to have the CDs and used to play them all the time too.
Yeah. I like John Cena's. It's catchy.
Oh,
yeah, everyone knows it. Everyone knows it.
John Cena.
I like John Cena, man. I can't, like I say, he's a good guy.
So, what I'm planning to do so we are going to have a lot more videos coming in on this channel, but I'm planning to do some more wrestling videos too. Top 5 wrestlers, top 5 intros. I mean, just really do some wrestling videos because I've been in the mood for some, thinking about back in the day wrestling. So we're gonna end it here. We just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about wrestling today. We're gonna a lot of things happening for this channel. Check out a lot of our videos. I just saw Mother. Check out that Mother review. Just terrible movie. So James is working on some videos too for you guys, and we're gonna have a giveaway coming up. So we'll be announcing that pretty soon as well. Shoots, James, what we got going on, man? What
there's gonna be some, like right now for me, there's not really any TV shows out right now. I'm waiting for Inhumans to come out. I know people said that the first episode was crap, but I mean, like, did you see it at all?
I didn't see it. I heard it was terrible though.
But it's just like, to me, it's just like critics are not comic book fans. So I mean, I know there were some comic book fans that went to go see it and everything,
and
but
they said it was shit.
yeah. I mean, like me, I give it a shot. I want to give it a shot. I want to see what it's about.
By all means, give it a shot.
I'm very, very character driven. I'm very, like, if the characters aren't right or they don't have them at least a little bit right, then I get pissed. But I mean, I want to see what Bolton does. Ramsey Bolton. I want to see how he does as Maximus, which is Black Bolt's brother. I want to see how he does in that role and everything like that. And also, The Gifted is going to be coming out. That's a spinoff on the X-Men. That looks pretty good. I want to see that one. And yeah, those are like the only two right now that I can think of. I'll be doing some. I want to do an anime one by myself. I want to see how I do and butchering the names.
Okay, I butcher them all the time.
I know. So I'm definitely gonna be doing some anime ones. Just some Funko Pops gonna be coming. I'm collecting a little bit more here and there. And yeah, that's about it for me. What about you, Dan? What do you got?
So yeah, we're definitely gonna. I'm catching up on Boku no Hero Academia. I want to get more anime out there. Start talking about some of the manga I've still been reading and haven't been putting out, review wise. Short film, working on the script on a horror movie, and I got another idea on mine. Also just do a more, I want to get some wrestling videos out there as well. I mean, of course it's going to take time with the editing and stuff. And then I know newer animes on its way, so I can't wait to see some of the newer anime series that are coming out, and so I can review them as well. But yeah, we have a lot of plans, a lot of things to happening in this channel. And of course I want to do some more horror stuff too, so we'll see what's going to go on. Me and James are definitely going to be announcing some giveaways for you guys.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be absolutely awesome. And yeah, well, I mean, to the future. Well, we're almost at the end of the year, and then we're going to embrace the new year. And then there's going to be a lot of things coming our way. And there's going to be a lot of TV shows, movies, and all that stuff that I can't wait to see. Kingsman review too is coming.
I can't wait to see that one. I want to see that one.
Oh yeah, we should do a review to get a spoiler review together.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, guys. Well, this is Two Geek Reviews, and we want to thank you guys for listening. And please subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like it, comment below. Love to hear you guys' thoughts. Me and Super Nerd, we got things on the way, so just look out.
Bear with us. We'll get it out there.
All right, guys. You guys have a good one, and ciao.
Later.